Welcome to The Long List, a podcast that celebrates movies and other pop culture through the storied art of rankings. No wrong answers, no bad opinions, and hot takes always encouraged. I'm Josh Muller. Today I'm joined by my brother Jack Muller, as well as our good friend Graham Patzner, and this episode is all about Paul Thomas Anderson. Before we get into it, Graham, what's up, man? Tell the people how we know you.
Me and Josh were in a ska band in high school. We grew up together, and we had a band called Minkus, and we've always argued about movies.
I think I also, one of our favorite, we've seen 1,000 movies together. I think one of my favorite movie experiences, and I've mentioned it on this podcast, I'm fairly certain, was when you and I rented from the Montclair video store Something's Gotta Give, and we came it was like, I don't remember, but it was either like that or Die Hard, and we went with Something's Gotta Give, and we were watching it like in the dark at like 10:30, and your mom came home from, I don't know, being somewhere, and she's like, what are you guys doing? Like, we're watching a movie. She's like, why are you watching that movie? And we were like, it's a good movie.
It actually is really good.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Anyway.
It's one of the best. What's that director's name? Nancy
Myers.
Nancy Myers, right.
We have an episode about her.
Yeah.
Really?
And on the same episode that you're referring to, as far as movie experiences, I talked about when we saw Return of the King together at the Grand Lake. And I was taken out of, I was in 8th grade, I think. And I was taken out of school. Josh came and picked me up. It was awesome. And I was with you and, I don't know, Peter maybe.
Probably Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron.
Oh my God.
And
I saw that movie 6 times in the movie theater.
Yeah, I saw it a bunch. We went and saw it once after a Minkus show. We went to a midnight showing.
Oh my God.
And Tim...
That's late for that movie.
Yeah.
Right. You're getting out of there like me.
And we had played a show that night, and Tim, who doesn't really like movies that much, stayed for the money, and we all went and saw Return of the King for the 4th time. What are you gonna do?
You guys are
He
crazy.
stayed for the money.
Yeah. So
good to have a guy like Tim on the band.
Yeah,
band,
yeah. Tim.
Everybody else is fucking off going to see Return of the King. At least somebody's gonna get the money.
Yeah.
Right.
Tim pulled the short straw. I don't think he wanted to go anyway.
Yeah.
Not a movie guy. So tell us about yourself. Where people can see you.
Yeah, so I have a band called Whisker Man,
Hell yeah.
and I also do solo stuff. You can see me out in the world. Actually, probably the next thing, if anybody's around, to see in November 23rd, Stork Club in Oakland.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we played there. I think that was actually after our time.
I don't think we ever played
That was
there.
after our time. Yeah, I kind of got my solo
I've seen
music
you
start
at the Stork Club.
Yeah.
I got my start with Whisker Man sort of at the Stork, and now it's a really kind of a little bit more classy of a spot. It's got more of a vibe. Yeah, it used to be kind of methy and sort of punk, and
right.
they had a bunch of dead Barbies on the
I
bar.
remember.
Yeah, and it was a little bit edgy and in kind of not a great way.
But it was kind of cool.
It was kind of cool, right? And it's still cool. But it's just a lot more. They really did the interior up. It's super nice.
They classed it up a little bit.
They classed it up. I think John Waters is involved in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, because he put on that festival.
Yeah.
Can't think of what it's called, but it's in Oakland.
Yeah. What is it called?
I'm not going to get it.
Something Burger or something. Isn't it
Oh,
like
Burger Boogaloo?
Burger
Boogaloo. Yeah, I wasn't going to get it unless you said
that it?
burger.
Is that
I think so.
I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I will be playing there. I'm always kind of doing stuff around. You can just look me up, Whisker Man. We're going to have a new album coming out.
Sick.
Nice.
And so we're working on that.
How long you guys been a band together? It's been a
long
while.
time.
God, it's been almost 15 years.
Yeah,
I think
was
this
listening
next year
to you
will be
back in college.
Yeah.
I wrote a movie called Devilbird because I was listening to that
no
song
way.
Devilbird so often that I just
You wrote it. A
yeah,
movie.
I wrote up. I thought of a whole movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What did you make the movie or
Didn't make the movie.
did you go to school?
Still
for,
looking for
Yeah.
funding.
Yeah, it's a
Still looking for funding?
sci-fi western, so it wasn't exactly the easiest movie to make. Right off the rip. It also is scarily close to the first episode of Stranger Things, which was a big bummer.
Oh, really?
It's very Stranger Things-y if none of the other like high school things happened. It's about like a big dude who finds a alien girl in the woods and like takes her to safety / she takes him to safety because he's just like murdered a bunch of people.
Oh, wow.
Just
That sounds cool.
yeah. And she's like bald like 11 is in that show and kind of has similar like telekinetic powers. So that was kind of like
Beat you to it.
beat me to it.
Fucking Stranger Things.
But
man.
it's not set during the gold rush, so
well,
Yeah, so
There's
that's
still hope.
See, this is where like that's a perfect pitch. You're like, it's Stranger
it's
Things,
Stranger.
but
in the gold rush.
Yeah.
Right.
And
There you go.
people will jump at it.
So for those
It's probably
listening,
long enough since that show premiered to where
So for those listening, we are looking for funding for Jack's movie. Let's get into it. Paul Thomas Anderson, before we dive into the episode proper, the elephant in the room, he's got a new movie out. It's called One Battle After Another. We've all seen it. And we're going to, at least in this beginning part of the podcast, talk about it without spoilers. When we get through the rest of the podcast and list, there might be slight spoilers, and maybe we'll do a full discussion at the end of the podcast. But just to give everybody a little heads up, we're going to attempt as best we can not to spoil anything from the movie because it's brand new. It just came out. So, gentlemen, what did you think of the movie?
I kind of felt like it was one of his best movies ever, for sure. And I think it's definitely the best movie of the year.
Yeah.
It blew me away in a way that was surprising, even though it was pretty hyped, this
Right.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super hyped.
I can't believe how much it lived up to whatever I was. I mean, I
Yeah.
was trying my hardest in the week leading up to it to not be so hyped on it, but
Yeah.
naturally I couldn't help it, and
Yeah.
it just delivered.
And they
on
did a
every-
good job keeping everything quiet. But as you know, with anything, is once it starts coming out, people are allowed to, like, the embargo is lifted, and critics are allowed to start talking about it. And it was overwhelmingly positive. So
Yeah.
I had high expectations, and it lived up to them, if not exceeded them. I thought it was wonderful, and I agree
Yeah.
with Graham. I thought it was one of his best movies.
Yeah, for sure.
Bunch of things I didn't see coming,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
which was nice. Like whole plot points that I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
didn't think that this was going to happen, but I'm so happy that it is. I thought it was really creative.
Yeah.
I thought there were so many, as we're going to talk about this later with like a lot of his movies. It's just like, how did he think of that?
Yeah.
Like it could have been anything. Like so many things could have just been like not as insanely creative and it would have still been a really solid movie. But
Yeah.
I can think of like 3 things right now that's just like, I love that he made that decision.
Yeah, I thought the acting performances were top notch, pretty much across the board. I thought it was really well made, lots of great sequences,
Yeah.
and it was timely. It was relevant. I guess he's
Yeah.
been working on it for 20 years, but so I don't know if it was
Yeah.
intentionally, ramped it up in the last handful of years or so. But they were dealing with a lot of issues that we're kind of going through right now, and I think it's a perfect blend of everything. I think it's a clear movie.
And
to
yet,
this year.
and yet timely and yet timeless as well, because
Yeah,
it just
for
like
sure.
it doesn't feel like it's in any sort of time frame, right?
It doesn't
Like,
get into too many things too much. Doesn't name specific political
yeah.
events or anything like that. People.
And I think that's kind of the theme of the movie too. And I don't think this is too much of a spoiler. It takes span over generations, and it's in the title, One Battle After Another. Almost like you just keep going. You like,
Yeah.
As soon as this battle's over, you keep going. So even though they're
There's
dealing
going to
with
be another one coming.
exactly,
Yeah, it'll just
and there
keep
has
going.
been in the past, and this is like a fight that people are still fighting for.
I've seen one negative thing on it, and it was just like a TikTok person, and it was essentially that aspect of it for them made it like hollow, or it like felt like it didn't commit to any of the things it was trying to speak on.
Oh,
because it
interesting.
wasn't specific. But I think it wasn't really. I think that would have taken away from the momentum, and I think that
Yeah.
would have, and the general world that he created.
I also think that a lot of his movies are like juxtaposed against this like world that he's created with interesting characters and crazy things are happening. But at the heart of most, if not all of them, is just like a familial relationship.
Right.
And so while all these crazy things are going on, and maybe I don't know, I thought he was pretty specific, but maybe, that person's thinking that really the story is between Leonardo DiCaprio and his daughter, played by Chase
Yeah.
Infinity. And I think that's the heart of the movie.
Yeah, it's all about the interpersonal dynamics. He's more interested in like the human condition rather than being on this like grand, these grand topics that are current or something.
I totally agree.
Which I think, and also, it helps with the pacing to not kind of go into those topics and like take you out of it and be like, oh, this is just like what it is now. And there's enough of that. You're like,
no,
this
there
seems
is.
like
I agree.
so real, like that. It's just I thought it was done so masterfully.
I agree.
Yeah.
I was thinking about.
I was reading some comments about that were complaining about it, that they're anti-statesmen or something like that. All the revolutionaries, they're like, for that very reason, they're unpatriotic, so I don't like it. Which I think is hilarious.
It's like,
I made a couple TikToks, and the only negative comments that I got were, "This is lib propaganda."
Yeah.
I was like, all right, well, go watch a different movie then. Yeah.
I think it could have been way more lib propaganda. I mean, it could have been way.
I do too. Well, we don't have to dive into the politics. I think he's very clearly coming from his political spectrum, but it's not like he beats you over the head with it.
Well, he's telling a story from that point of view,
Totally.
but there's also like it's all making fun of kind of that, like the revolutionaries too. There's a lot of things like that are jokes about it.
Yeah.
And it's not like
Very
nothing is
strange
super
love in that way.
Yeah,
Very Dr.
nothing
Strangelove.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Good
It
call.
is. Yeah.
I also saw someone say, I thought this was a really good point, that the movie works because Paul Thomas Anderson clearly doesn't hate Gen Z, and that like other movies that have tried similar things are doing so using Gen Z as like the butt of the joke. And we kind of talked a little bit
with
about that
Eddington.
in Eddington,
Yeah.
and I thought that was like nail on the head. Really good point, and I hadn't thought of that. So.
Right.
That Eddington is like kind of making fun of Gen Z.
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eddington to me was sort of mean.
It was.
It's kind of a mean movie, I
Yeah.
think.
And this one...
But I was fine with it. Like
It's its own thing.
right. Like it's crazy how much I enjoyed that movie for kind of similar feelings, at least just like the action and just feeling like I was seeing something that I had never really seen before. And I liked the comments, or I liked the harshness, and that everything is messed up because it is. But then I saw this and I was like, well,
Yeah.
this is, I feel so good. It's like
Yeah.
hopeful.
Yeah.
You know, in
that's
like
what I was
in a
going to say.
weird way. And I felt elated.
It's
after
a way more human
Yeah,
film.
yeah.
Like
Yes.
it loves humanity a lot more than
Yes.
Eddington does, and that's something that like I feel like Ari Aster has become like afraid. He's like putting his neuroses like onto the screen,
Which he talks about
Entirely.
opening.
Yeah.
He said that Eddington is literally like his most terrifying idea in his mind of like what
Right.
could be going on.
right?
Yeah.
Which I liked Eddington, but I kind of my feeling with Ari Aster is like he needs to stop trying to be a genius and just like go back to kind of making just good movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Bo was Afraid was a lot.
I like Beau is Afraid. Actually,
He loves it.
I liked
No?
Eddington more
Oh,
than
well,
Bo was
that-
Afraid.
well, yeah.
But
I liked Beau is Afraid more than Eddington for some reason, but I think the meanness of Eddington sort of turned me off. I was like, towards the end, I'm like, oh my god, this is just brutal. You know?
that's kind of
Right.
where I was too.
Yeah.
And it's a really well made movie and a divisive movie, but a lot of people love it. It's just, I don't know. Like to your point, Jack, this one has like a sense of hope and a sense of just keep going. Like
Right.
the battle
and
goes
you
on, and
love like so many characters in it.
Yeah.
Whereas
whereas
Eddington, you
Eddington,
hate
every
every
character. Yeah.
Well, and like a lot of them in Eddington, they're not like authentic. They don't feel like authentic characters. They feel like they're caricatures.
Caricatures,
Yeah, that's
And
a good point.
I feel like his
pretty
writing
satirical.
it can be that way.
Yeah.
Ari Aster's writing is. I mean, Paul Thomas Anderson's so authentic with his writing.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
It feels so real, and it's also really funny, and it can be very over the top in a way, but it always feels like he's grounded in like
you,
something that
you,
could.
you buy it.
You totally buy it. I
Yeah.
don't buy a lot of Ari Aster's writing sometimes.
And I also think Ari Aster's, I think his goal is to challenge people and make them uncomfortable. And I'm not saying Paul Thomas Anderson's not trying to do that, but I'm just thinking of all the movies I can think of, and I'm going to say almost all his movies, the characters are inherently sweet. Like, they're inherently good people, with very few exceptions. And I can think of a couple.
big one.
Yeah. But, like, deep down, like in Boogie Nights, they're in a pretty rough world, in a rough state, but everyone amongst the group is inherently sweet and nice to each other throughout the movie. So, anyway, juxtapose against gnarly situations. Just like in this movie. All right, moving on. Getting back to my guy PTA. Oh, you have more to say?
Well, I don't know if now is the time, but I think Boogie Nights might be like the closest movie to One Battle After Another in like a weird way. I think structurally they're kind of similar, where Boogie Nights starts with at least like 30 minutes before Dirk Diggler becomes Dirk Diggler, and kind of like, you know, the 40 minutes of the beginning of One Battle After Another. And I think it's pacing, you know, it's fast.
Very
you know,
fast.
both of them are super fast and really funny, except one's with porn and the other's with a bunch of guns going off like the whole time. And it's like a buddy film kind of halfway through the movie with Reed and Dirk and with Bob and Sensei.
Yeah, I like that.
Sensei.
This is my guy. So good.
so
Courage,
good.
Bob. Courage.
Just one of the better characters we've seen in a movie in a long time.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
There's
it's
a lot of, I don't know how they're going to go about it, but this is clearly going to be an awards movie. And there's a lot of roads they can take. I'm going to find it interesting to see who they promote to try to get into
I think Sean Penn will probably
I
be
think that's
like
the one that's like flashier performance. So I think you're probably right. But
I wish I could think of the long list for supporting, because I mean, I might even call that they both get nominated, Sensei and Sean Penn.
It happened
Sean
before.
Penn's like the obvious one, and it's like, oh, you need to do him.
I was listening to another podcast. I think it was The Big Picture, and they were saying supporting actor is going to be a bloodbath this year. So they have a tough time seeing both get in. But I don't.
Who else is in the supporting?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen the movies yet, so I don't like.
Oh, yeah, we haven't
know,
seen the whole thing.
There's a lot of movies coming out, so we'll see as they get closer. We'll have you on again
for Oscar Pod.
for Oscar. Pod.
Oscar Pod.
Do you
still get into the Oscars?
Yeah, I do.
Do you normally
I also
see
get
like a lot of the movies
yeah,
throughout a year?
I do. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
I do. I love it.
I do too.
Last year, I mean, I'm also like I was pretty much like dumbfounded that Honora won last year. I just don't think that movie is good.
Okay.
I think it's a fine movie. And
Yeah, that's kind of where I was.
I've seen
too.
his movies. You know, I really liked his other movies actually.
I don't know that I've seen his other. I haven't seen the Florida
Tangerine's
Project
really
yet.
cool. Florida Project's amazing. It's
Yeah.
got this like but this one just didn't land as much for me, and I just didn't feel like what was so amazing about it.
That's kind of where I was. That last scene really got me, and I was like, okay, I'm back. But it didn't.
It's kind of like the whole movie. They're just chasing this guy, and then he ends up at the same place where they met. Like, why would he go back to that place?
Yeah.
He's in New York City. Like, he's trying to get. Like, what the fuck? It was bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I think I got wrapped up in the whole Oscars, race of it all, and stopped thinking about how much I actually liked the movie and just thought about like whether it was going to win or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I was like, oh, I think it's going to win.
Well, we did a lot of that. What will win and what should win,
Yeah. And now looking back, it's like, I don't know. What was our other option? Like, what would you have picked? I don't even remember.
I personally was like all about The Brutalist.
Yeah.
To me, that was like the best movie in the last for that was the best movie of the year for sure for me. But
I really like Sing Sing and Nickel Boys too. But
Sing
one of
Sing
those-
was incredible.
Yeah, Sing Sing was great.
I didn't see Nickel Boys, but
Nickel
Sing
Boys is
Sing
really
was my
great.
favorite until I saw The Brutalist, and
Yeah.
Sing Sing blew me away.
Yeah.
Should have been Dune 2. Let's be honest.
Dune
And
2,
Dune
so
2,
good.
yeah, Dune 2, yeah.
I forgot. Yeah,
It should have actually. You're right. Yeah, it should have. I would have been so happy with that
I
for
know.
sure. But they'll save that for Dune 3, kind of like they did Return of the King.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Hopefully
if
he
it's
doesn't-
good. Yeah,
Second
I
Return
don't-
of the King shout out in this podcast in the
Yeah.
in the Paul Thomas Anderson podcast.
True.
yeah.
Oh.
Getting our priorities straight.
Yeah.
I could see the connections.
Yeah.
What else was there last year?
Familial
Was,
connections.
that was kind of those are kind of the ones, huh?
Yeah. I can't remember now.
But Coleman Domingo and Sing Sing was incredible. But
Yeah, he was
also
great.
Adrian Brody was even.
Adrian Brody was very good.
He blew me away.
Yeah.
He blew
And
me away.
I liked Timmy Shams in Complete Unknown too. I thought he was really good. And
Yeah,
I'm
what'd
not
you
a
think
big
of Complete Unknown?
I thought it was fine.
that's
I liked
kind of where I was too. I liked it, but
I was happy with it. I liked being in that world. I thought the
Yeah.
world creating was really nice, and I
Yeah.
was just like chilling, kind of like one
Yeah.
of those like Mad Men sort of like it's all about just kind of like being in the world, not really about the story.
I have some like fundamental things that I thought that they focused on that should not have been, like the love story thing that happened with like that was too cheesy, and also like that's not what I think of when I think of Bob Dylan. I don't think about his romantic interests at all.
Yeah,
right.
Like because he doesn't really have them. He's more concerned with the art and himself.
I would have
right.
preferred a grander Bob Dylan movie like that covers more time and
Yeah,
is more
yeah.
epic in scale, kind of. But
Yeah, but this was I thought they did a good job. Edward Norton I thought was really good.
He was really good.
Yeah. And I thought like it being kind of like how he wants to hold on to folk and like
Yeah.
that whole narrative was funny and good.
My favorite scene was when he plays the song in Edward Norton's house when the kids are listening. And
I will say though, I think Timothée, like, I mean, they say he was super real and it was his voice and stuff, but there was a moment where I was like, I could hear the sound changing right before he started to play the guitar.
Oh.
Like when he's in the bedroom with Joan Baez. I think.
what do you mean the
right?
sound changing?
Like you can hear a microphone. It's like definitely overdubbed.
Oh.
And I'm sure it was
Yeah.
him actually singing it, but like he's not doing it live.
Right.
No.
And then I hated that Timothée kept like being Bob Dylan, like he was Bob Dylan on SNL, and then he was doing like all these side performances as Bob Dylan.
Oh, you didn't like
and he was
that?
like really like hammering it home and trying to win the Oscar and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
He kind of blew it for me.
Okay, fine.
Wow, got it.
Getting the other side of the Timmy Shams fan club here.
I like Timmy Shams.
No, I know you do. I'm
Doesn't
just,
sound like it.
Yeah. I'm gonna be talking shit about Timmy all night. No,
I'm going to go see Marty Supreme. Heck yes, I am.
Of course.
yeah, I'm going to see it.
Wait, so is that the other Safdie?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
both
they each have a movie coming out.
And they're both sports movies.
Yeah,
And they both have huge stars in them.
yeah,
It's pretty cool.
yeah. Good for
And
them.
they're both supposed to be pretty good.
I'm excited for Smashing Machine.
Yeah, that's next weekend.
Oh, let's go see it.
The Rock.
I understand.
Yes.
He's kind of the
Kind of doesn't look like him.
Yeah, he's trying to get
he's
into
trying
the
to get,
acting world.
He's trying to
trying not to
he's
be
go-
the Rock
he's-
right now.
he's going for that
He's
big-
going for Dwayne Johnson awards race.
Oh yeah.
We'll see. All right, we got to get back to PTA. All right, one of our greatest writer-directors in the American cinema that's working right now. I think that's pretty safe to say. Nearly all his films are highly regarded. Came up in the 90s with the likes of Wes Anderson, Spike Jonze, Kevin Smith, Sofia Coppola, David Fincher, Quentin Tarantino, probably his most common contemporary, I guess, because they're both writer-directors, both auteurs. His movies are often very different in style and tone, but similar themes, desperate characters seeking some sort of familial bond. Graham, what do Paul Thomas Anderson's movies mean to you?
See, what do they mean? I'll just go. Yeah, so I kind of feel like I grew up with Paul Thomas Anderson. Like Magnolia was a movie that my family really loved, actually, and so I saw that movie a lot. And then I got into Boogie Nights, and I can remember where I was when I saw Punch Drunk Love in the theaters at the Piedmont Theater.
Oh, nice.
I remember where I was sitting when I saw it. And then I remember where I was sitting when I saw There Will Be Blood at the California Theater in Berkeley.
Nice.
So I've been a huge Paul Thomas Anderson fan for a long time. And I feel like he's like my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. It's like people had, in the 70s, you had like Coppola and you had Scorsese, and you could have Scorsese at any point, I guess. But,
That's true.
And
Decades worth
he's
of work.
all of our guys. But I kind of feel like I grew up with Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's definitely one of my favorites. And now probably I would say he's my favorite for sure.
That was one of the questions I was going to get to. Is where does he rank in your director's?
I
Phylum.
think he'd probably be number one at this point.
He's up there for me. Jack and I are saving that
It's
for
hard.
another podcast at some point. So
yeah.
I don't know if I want to. I haven't really sat down and thought about it.
Yeah,
But
I'd
he
have
would,
to think about it too.
He would be.
It's
It's
impossible.
pretty easy to say that he'd probably be my top 5, certainly top
Yeah.
10.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I don't know where I would put him, but it's close.
I
Jack?
think he would be my number one.
There we go.
Yeah.
Two
I
for
actually have
number
a
one.
very could have said it. Well, you took the words right out of my mouth a lot of those times. Magnolia. Okay, so there was a game called Seen It that was like a DVD movie
Oh
trivia
yeah,
game.
I know that game. Yeah.
And I will never forget that the frog scene from Magnolia is one of the questions in there.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, what is that movie? Like, I had never seen that scene before. I knew nothing about this. And I was pretty young. And I remember my mom being like, oh yeah, that's this weird movie, Magnolia. Couldn't tell you what's really going on. I think she had seen it, is my memory of it. but didn't really give me a lot of answers. I remember her being like, "Yeah, the frog scene was like a thing when it came out. Like that was a big deal." And I was just like, I need to see this movie, and loved it.
Yeah.
It was the first one that I saw, and I can't remember if I saw Boogie Nights before There Will Be Blood, but I think I probably did. But then I remember being like, I need to see There Will Be Blood. And I remember where I was sitting in the movie theater. Mm-hmm. And then from there, I was
We
off.
saw it together.
Yeah, we saw it together.
At the Stonestown Theater.
Yep.
Where's that?
In San Francisco near SF
out by
State.
Mall. They've actually updated
cool.
it apparently, but at the time it was like a
Rundown mid-century modern kind of like weird like
Nice.
and it was like kind of like a creepy movie theater to see this movie at. And I remember being like part of the experience.
We
That's kinda
saw
That's cool.
we saw that Coen Brothers movie there too.
No Country for Old Men.
No,
Because that was
the year.
That was the saddest sort of.
no, Burn After Reading we saw there too.
That was.
You and me?
Well, I saw it there. I thought you were with me. Pretty sure.
I thought I saw that in Sonora.
Maybe I'm wrong.
That was a tough year, though. It was No Country for Old Men versus There Will Be Blood.
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, where do you,
Michael
where do you
Clayton was in
stand
there,
on the
too.
debate? Oh, Michael Clayton's great.
Michael Clayton is.
There's a lot- Zodiac
It's a great
that year.
movie.
Zodiac that year too.
But it was really between those two. I
So,
feel like.
if you had to pick, which movie would you pick?
I mean, I would probably. It's impossible. I think actually, I would pick There Will Be Blood just because I love it.
I think a lot of people.
But
would.
also, I kind of feel like No Country for Old Men is maybe a better movie. It's like kind of perfect.
It's that's the one I would pick, but it's
Yeah.
like paper thin, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And like if
Well,
No
it's weird-
Country won all the awards, if it had been There Will Be Blood, I would have been fine with it because it's so good.
Yeah.
But I think I've rewatched No Country more.
Yeah, There Will Be
think.
Blood is a little bit harder to rewatch.
Yeah.
It's like really, it's long and it's.
You just need to get over that hump, though,
intense.
man.
Yeah.
Once you get past like 5 watches of There Will Be Blood, you're just flying through it, and enjoying every second of it because you know every line. And
It's also way funnier after you've seen it more times.
Yeah, I was laughing the whole time watching this movie just because Daniel Day-Lewis does so many little things and has like the perfect line inflections
Yeah.
of things that don't. It's like, why did he say it like that? And it's just great. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Top
Well,
yeah,
I think
it's
he's
an
going to
incredible
come up
movie.
on our first list. I could be wrong, but our first top 5 is top 5 characters from PTA movies you would least like to hang out with or get a drink with, which is kind of a
I've got hot takes on this one.
this is kind of an inverse of our very, very common, I think that Alex named the jetpack list where we do top 5 characters you want to get a beer with. This is the opposite. Plenty to choose from. Graham, you're our guest. We do 5 through 1.
Should we go start with 5?
Yeah, or if you have more than 5, that's fine. But
No,
start with
start with number 5.
Yeah.
So I was supposed to like totally rank them.
I mean, the
You don't have
rankings are,
Well, I think I have them pretty. For this one, I have them pretty ranked.
my rankings were tough to your point because I love them all. So the rank, whatever. We just have to give them at some point.
So I think I'll put number 5 as. Oh wait, hold on. No, I'll put number 5 as Freddie Quell and the Master.
yes.
I mean, like, there's a part of me that's like, oh, I would definitely hang out with him, but dude, he is not.
He is messed up.
He is super messed up, and like, he's not a good hang at all.
He's
definitely not a good hang.
He made my list.
And he would make you feel very uncomfortable
Yeah.
all the time. And
his
he would,
perversion is pretty much the main thing that keeps like.
Yeah.
Plus, like the drinks he's pouring is probably turpentine.
I
So
might want to like taste one of them,
Right.
just to try to see
Yeah.
what the vibe is. I'm pretty interested.
I'm definitely down to try it for a second, but the thing is, like, I've hung out with people who are alcoholics, like at that level, and
Yeah.
it's like at a certain point, it's not fun.
no,
It's really not fun.
no.
And it's very sad, and like the jokes that they say are not funny,
Yeah.
and it's just not a good hang. I definitely don't want to go get a beer with them. It's not going to be a beer. It's going to
Plus,
be
like if
fucking
you bring
poison.
your girlfriend with that, it's gonna get weird real quick.
Oh, yeah.
With Freddie
Oh yeah.
Quell.
Oh yeah, definitely. So definitely, yeah. So he was number 5. I actually had him a little bit further up. Maybe he should have been further. But my next one would be Donnie Smith from Magnolia,
Yeah, that's good.
the Whiz Kid.
Oh,
William H. Macy.
Yeah.
William H. Macy.
That's good. That's good.
He's another sort of like sad when he gets drunk. He's like really sad, and he's definitely like closeted gay in a way or something. And
has that big blow up at the bar.
Yeah.
There's your first.
I think he would be all right. I just think he would just like you wouldn't be able to connect with him at all. You would just be like, this guy is just totally in another world and like
emotionally stunted.
Yeah, definitely, probably mildly autistic and in a way that maybe you couldn't connect with and
be a rough hang.
I don't think it would be as like dangerous of a hang as maybe Freddie Cole. I would probably switch their places. Actually, yeah, he's harmless for sure. Like you could put up with it. I just don't think it would be very fun.
I agree with that.
The next one is actually not Daniel Plainview, but Eli from
I should have thought about that a little bit more. That's better.
Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah. Eli, I just think he would be intolerable. I think his self-righteousness is just like, would just be too much.
Yeah.
And I'm not super into that performance personally. It's one performance it's one part of that movie that I feel like takes me a little bit out of it. I'm like, can see the actor in it, I
also hate that, like, they don't explain that the first time you see Paul Dano, it's a different brother. It's the twin brother. I mean, I get it.
I love it.
I mean, I get it, but like,
that is
the first 2 or 3 times I watched that movie, I was like, because like when Eli kind of shows up with the firewood for the first time, Daniel Plainview like looks at him and he's like trying to figure it out, and I'm like, wait, are they just in on something? Was he just pretending before? No, they're just different brothers, and that confused me
maybe
a lot.
Right.
I mean, like, I don't know. I think that's kind of the fun part. I remember this specifically from the first time I was watching it in the theaters, being like,
we just hijacked your list, Graham. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine.
Being like, what the hell is happening with the brothers? I was like certain that it was going to be a thing at the end of the movie, that there was going to be like a flip flop or something. There was going to be, and then there wasn't really at all.
Yeah.
But there was kind of the acknowledgement of the other brother in the final speech.
Yeah.
And then kind of
me.
went.
I think that's sort of a weird element of like the movie. That
I heard they had a different actor for the other brother, and he just wasn't good, so they just had Paul Dano do both.
But I kind of like
who was it?
This,
I don't know.
Kind of like that. There's just like this little vibe of like, it's kind of fun to think, what if we're not seeing one of the brothers here or something? I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Fair.
But you would. I mean, if he came up to you and was like trying to get a beer, you would run for the hills because he's just trying to cover. Yeah.
Terrible beer partner.
He's not the guy.
No.
I'm gonna switch. Yeah, I'm gonna switch these two just because it's all right. So the next one would be Licorice Pizza, Alana Kim, the Elena Haim.
Yeah.
She's not. She's not likable.
No. I'm glad you said that, Graham, because it's definitely threw me. I only saw it recently for the first time.
And I was like,
I was like, I don't know about this. This is a long movie for not liking this main person.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want to get a beer with her.
No, she's like, part of her character is being unlikable in a way, right?
And they're all so weird in that movie.
Yeah, and there are like brief moments where you do like her, but then she goes back, reverts back to being herself. Yeah, kind of, and you're just like, dang.
I could just see her sort of doing her attitude thing if you're hanging out with her, and she'd just be like kind of picking you apart a little bit, and then like not being,
It's like, relax, I'm trying to get a beer.
Yeah.
Just settle down.
Just trying to hang out with my friends. You're just like doing this weird thing. I also kind of think like as an actor, like I'm not really super into her as an actor. And
yeah, she is not that great in that movie. That might be more part of it.
I think that's more part of it, and that was the one thing I questioned about PTA was like that having her in the movie.
Wow, I might have some takes later
but that's
goes
okay.
against this.
That's fine.
And then I think the number one, I was gonna have her number one just because I wanted to be a hater. But,
That's funny. I love that. I love that.
But then I realized it's like, nah, she's not that bad. She's fine.
Right.
Like, no, the real number one has got to be Lockjaw from One Battle After Another.
Yeah.
Sean Penn.
Made my list.
Yeah.
He was
Maybe.
I mean, can you? It's like the most dangerous hang.
Yeah.
Like the most.
Literally.
Yeah.
I just can't. Just the way that man speaks.
Yeah.
The mouth thing is.
Yeah.
It's just so annoying and weird.
Very Robert Kennedy.
Very
coded. I wonder if it's intentional.
Yeah, there might be some weird. Yeah, it's this weird.
Also, the shakiness in his voice. That could just be because Sean Penn's been smoking like 500 cigarettes a day. For
Sean Penn's
30
been
years.
pretty shaky for a long time.
Yeah, so could just be that, but I'd like to think it was intentional.
But I do love Sean Penn.
Yeah.
That's the thing is I would love to hang out with Sean Penn.
Yeah,
But
Not
this
this
character,
Not
which
this
is
one.
great, is a testament to
Yeah.
how great of an actor. And you do not want to hang out with that.
and he's kind of been. Well, I mean, I don't remember having seen him in many things lately.
Licorice
so-
Pizza.
Yeah, he shows up for like.
He's great.
Uh,
in
scene.
No, I'm
Licorice
just saying.
No,
Pizza.
it's
I
great.
literally
I-
can't
that
think of
scene
many
is
things.
amazing.
Oh yeah, I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. Yeah, that scene's great. All right, Jack, give us your list.
I got Jimmy Gator, who's Michael Baker Hall in Magnolia,
Oh,
the
yeah.
TV host.
Yeah,
He's,
Oh yeah.
he's a bummer at that stage of his life.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's-
like yeah. I mean,
yeah, he's
and
just super sad in
he's
that
very
movie.
sad. Yeah.
And apparently
I thought of him actually too. I
a
thought of him, too.
molester of his own family.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, not a good hang.
no, not a good hang.
Kind of low, but I got I got Daniel Day-Lewis, even though I don't know
In which one?
Which Daniel Day-Lewis?
the Daniel Plainview.
Plainview. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. I could, on a good day, I could see myself,
I feel you on that.
doing it, but it's probably sketchy.
I have him on my list too, and I kind of felt weird
I don't
about
know.
it too.
Yeah.
There
I
I
are
could just
certain
see
moments.
I could just see him like not being interested in like small talk or like, and just kind of just not being fun.
Right.
Yeah, I
Or,
also
like not being dangerous. I wouldn't be afraid of him necessarily.
well, I don't know. He gets a few of those whiskeys in, he starts threatening
Right.
to cut people's throats pretty
Yeah.
quick.
Shooting
So-
you in the
I don't
head
think he
while you
would-
sleep.
I don't think he would do that to any of us because we pose him no threat.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not trying to get in the oil business.
We're not
Right.
in the oil business.
That's
so,
true.
we're not.
That's
yeah.
true. We're not really
We're
threatening.
not his competitor.
But one off cue comment about HW, and he's going to turn on us quick.
How many more do I have? I got Sean Penn.
yeah,
Yeah.
obviously.
I've got Amy Adams in The Master.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's a good one.
interesting.
I'm not a big Amy Adams person
Whoa.
as an actress. Yep. There you
Shocked
go.
and chagrined.
Whoa, come on.
You take your Alana Haim.
I raise,
I raise
you,
you,
Amy.
Amy Adams.
I love the hanging out just like the innocent female characters.
No,
I mean,
she's kind of annoying. But
She's also scary.
she's scary in that movie. I actually like her performance in that movie more than I like her performances in other movies. But that character specifically is like super scary.
As an actor, she's hit or miss for me. The movies that she's great in, she's great.
Yeah, just
some of them are.
something
for me.
something about her eyes.
I think she's a great actor. Like
she's got some moments.
in almost everything,
Got some moments.
especially Night at the Museum 2. She's incredible.
Good pull there. And number one, I got Linda Partridge for sure. Don't call me lady.
Oh, that's
Wait, what
that's
is
a good
it?
one.
What-
So that's Magnolia.
That's Julianne
Moore in Magnolia.
The one who freaks
Oh
out.
my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably go Julianne Moore in Boogie Nights
Oh
too.
my
I know.
God.
I thought about that, but don't
No,
call me lady.
I would
Takes it.
definitely hang out with her in Boogie Nights for sure. I'd probably,
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably
she's-
want to marry her.
She just
Early
gets,
in the night.
Early in the, want to marry her. She gets pretty cokey there.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna plow through
Oh,
mine
she
real
is.
quick.
She is pretty rough in that one in
Yeah, yeah.
Magnolia. Oh my God.
I'm gonna
It's a good
plow
one.
through mine real quick. I have a lot of the same ones. Tom Cruise in Magnolia. Don't actually want to hang out with that guy.
Could
yeah,
be,
that's
could
true.
be an
I thought
interesting
of that too. I
conversation.
thought of
though.
that too.
I had Lockjaw as well. Adam Sandler from Punch Drunk
Oh,
Love.
that's a good
Yeah.
one.
You
He's
know,
a loser.
I mean,
Yeah.
really good person to center your movie around. Feel for him. Don't want to hang out with him.
Yeah.
I had Reynolds Woodcock from Phantom Thread.
Really?
Yeah, man. I don't want to hang out with that guy.
Yeah,
Plus, his
I
sister's
thought
going
of
to be
that
around
too.
the whole time.
Pretty
They're all
funny,
really
though.
weird. He's really funny, but I don't know that
That's another
he'll
one.
be
Whereas
funny
if
at
you were
the-
on his side, just kind of like witnessing him go off on people.
could be good.
I just think he would be
It's-
withholding all of his humor and
Yeah.
everything for you because he just wouldn't be. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
feel like anybody in that movie.
It's a
would
high risk,
be-
high reward
Right.
situation. Most of the time, I think it would be bad.
I would just be interested to see what he orders.
I had
Yeah.
Joaquin
Yeah.
and Philip Seymour
That-
Hoffman in The Master. I put them as a tie tandem. They're both terrible. And either one of them is. We talked about what's his name?
Freddie Quell.
Freddie Quell.
Freddie Quell,
We
yeah.
talked about him, but also Philip Seymour Hoffman. Philip Seymour Hoffman in that movie is just going to be waxing poetic about a million years
Yeah.
ago in my past lives. I'm like, just relax, dude.
Okay, but
I'd be fine with that.
yeah, me too, kind of.
yeah, I mean,
But
go ahead.
how about this? All three of them together, or all three of, both of them and you. How about that as a drinking match up. If you could just like,
That I would be down for.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's what
Maybe.
kind of like they kind of go hand in hand
They get aggressive
in a way.
And my number one was Daniel Plainview as well. But I'm starting to soften on that stance.
I think he might be kind of enjoyable
Yeah.
for a brief, a couple hours getting a beer.
Yeah.
Getting
You're
a couple
probably
whiskeys
right.
and then listening to him like.
And then getting out of Dodge real quick
Yeah.
after that, like third or fourth
Yeah.
whiskey.
For sure.
Okay, before we move on, let's just run through the filmography real quick. Really interesting filmography. I don't know if I said this earlier, but just like pretty wild that he has so many different tones and settings that he uses while operating under similar themes. I'm just going to run through the filmography. Feel free to stop me if you want. Hard 8, 1996, his debut movie. Then he moved right into Boogie Nights, which is a wild second feature. That was 1997. Magnolia in 1999. Feel free to stop me if you want. We don't have to. We're going to hit all these movies anyway. Punch Drunk Love was in 2002. There Will Be Blood, widely viewed as probably his masterpiece if there's only one, which I don't think there is, in 2007. The Master.
That's a big jump. 5 years.
Yeah, after that, there's big jumps in many of them because 5 years later, he did The Master in 2012. Inherent Vice was 2014. Phantom Thread in 2017. Licorice Pizza in 2021. And One Battle After Another, released 2 days ago, in 2025. Any thoughts?
No. Oh, actually, I was reading something that kind of reminded that there's two other things you could mention, and one of them is the Tom York short film
Yeah.
and Junoon,
Junoon.
which
Yeah.
I haven't seen. Have you seen it?
I have
seen
not
either.
seen it. And
I love that
hear it's
album.
really good.
Have you heard the album? It's
I have
amazing.
not.
Oh, no.
I'll
The
listen
Johnny
to it tonight.
Greenwood, North Indian classical music.
Oh, cool.
Album. It's beautiful.
Also, is he the only director on that? I thought it was like a...
He's listed as the only director.
Okay,
At least
maybe I'm wrong
on the
about that.
Wikipedia page.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I could have put those in there. Those are we usually just do full length features, so I chose to.
I think that's fine. Yeah. Let's stick with these, huh?
Yeah.
Um,
Although if any of those other things make your list, that's fine too.
I thought about bringing this up when you first generally ask us about how we feel about him, but I kind of went down a different road. But I really have come to appreciate how much his movies just are so immersive about things that you just never thought that you would need a movie about, and you just, or like that you think you might be interested in if you just heard it service level, but you just are so locked in the whole time.
Yeah.
Because they're so propulsive. But he just does like a different thing for each of his movies.
Yeah.
He's got his porn movie, or he's got his gambling movie. He's got his porn movie. Magnolia is kind of like TV movie. Punch Drunk Love doesn't really fit in here, but it's kind
like
of like
his version of a romantic comedy.
It's his romantic comedy, yeah, but it's also kind of like a loser who doesn't have anything, and then things kind of start randomly falling in around him, which is almost like a reverse of what I'm talking about. And he's got his oil movie, his turn of the century 1900s oil tycoon movie, like what? 60s noir stoner comedy.
yeah.
London, what is it, 20s? What year is it in that movie? London dressmaker movie. Anyways, it's just like these little subjects and makes into these epic, large-scale movies that you just can't look away from.
I'm with you 100%. I mean, just the fact that the same guy did Boogie Nights and Phantom Thread is
Right.
just wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
Like Quentin Tarantino movies feel like Quentin Tarantino movies. And I'm not saying that Paul Thomas Anderson movies don't feel like Paul Thomas Anderson movies, but
Right,
if you
and
were to take those two movies
For sure.
by themselves,
I think
Phantom Thread is kind of an extreme of him doing something pretty different.
I agree. But I don't think that movie feels like There Will Be Blood either. You know, I mean, like,
Right.
they're very different movies, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Just awesome that he has that type of range and will choose, to your point, those type of stories to do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just wild. All right, we did it with Fincher. We did it with Wes Anderson. We're going to take a break soon. Top 5 what the fuck moments from a Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
All right.
Jack, why don't you take us off from this one?
I got a bunch listed, and
There's a lot of
there's
a lot
a lot,
to choose
but
from.
there's also a lot of like classic ones. So I'm sorry if I take yours or something like that.
Oh, that's okay. We can fill in the blanks.
Okay, I got the limo scene from Boogie Nights.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Wait, how many do I have here?
Oh,
for
yeah, that is a
crying
good
out
one.
loud.
That's a great one.
That's a really. I didn't think of that.
That's a great one.
In fact, I don't think I had anything from Boogie Nights, which is pretty wild.
I got multiple. So I guess I got 8. That was my number 8.
No, for crying out loud.
Number 7, I've got Freddy's like intro montage where he's doing all the gross stuff like jerking off into the ocean and then like having
I
sex
love
with the
that.
sand.
I was thinking about doing that one
the
too.
sand mermaid.
Yeah, I know. That scene is amazing when he's humping it and they're all just kind of like looking at
They
him.
laugh at it for a second, and it
They
goes
laugh at
on
it for a
like
second,
12 seconds.
and it goes
too
on
long.
way too long. Some people are like enjoying, but then they're just all sort of like looking off to the side, being like, "This is
That's a movie that
really
I
bizarre."
What a
I told
crazy way to
Josh-
start your
I know.
movie.
I told Josh this. That's a movie that I like. It'll pop in my mind, and I'll like be like, "Ooh, I really want to watch The Master right now." It's just like sounds like a good hang, and then that scene happens. I'm like, "Oh, I forgot that this is
Yeah.
super dark." Number 6, I have the Claudia Jimmy Gator scene where he comes over and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And he's like, "I'm just trying to talk to her," and she's just like having a complete, and just screaming at the top of her lungs. Ooh, I have a repeat. Okay, sorry. So this is number 5. I've got the drug deal scene from Boogie Nights.
Yeah,
I have that one too.
Thought about it.
I got that one in there.
Actually,
It's
that
an
might be
amazing
number
scene.
4.
with all the firecrackers.
Firecrackers. It's so
Firecrackers guy is
unnerving.
amazing.
And I've seen it like a bunch of times now, and every time it's still just like keeps
Yeah.
me
It's
on
jolting.
edge. It's
so
crazy.
good. Yeah.
And
You guys want to play baseball?
I was watching it with Alex, and she lost it at that moment and was just like, "Do you guys want to play baseball? What is happening here?" Daniel kills his brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
Number 2, I got frogs
Yep.
falling from the sky.
That was my number 2 as well.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's
And number 1, I have the last scene in There Will Be Blood.
yeah, for sure.
That was my number 1 as well.
Those are
Reversed.
reverse. I just think like the most what the fuck is the frogs thing. Like
Yeah.
when you first saw it, you were like, what the fuck?
What is happening?
Yeah, totally.
It never gets explained. I mean,
Yeah,
Right. And
little abstract.
to my point, I saw that scene first and was like, "I need to see this movie," and then it happens
Yeah.
at the end. I'm like, nothing
Still
was
don't
explained.
really-
I,
Yeah.
I still don't
Don't
get
know
it.
why it happened. Although, you ready for this? There is a Bible verse from Exodus 8:2 or 2:8. I don't know which one. And it is, "I shall throw everyone out or chase everyone out with a flurry of frogs."
Right.
And 8:2, I was told this. I didn't think of this myself, obviously. 8:2 comes up like 50 plus times in the movie in different ways.
Well, there's also a lot of like
it's all very-
on the
yeah, it's
streets. There's a
biblical.
lot of scenes with Bible verses that I'm assuming relate to that exactly, but I don't know for sure because I didn't look it up. But
That's cool.
yeah,
Doesn't
it's
necessarily
there without being explicitly explained. All right,
It's
Graham.
something that happens, is what they say. I love
they
that
do say
line.
that.
This is something that isn't that the last line of the movie or something? This is something that happens, or it's
This,
one of the
this please cannot be.
yeah
Or
yeah,
something.
then
He
they heard,
says something like that.
Your humble narrator. This is just something that happens.
Right.
Number 5 was just the overall confusion of Inherent Vice.
Oh, that's
Oh,
a good
yeah.
one.
Like just
That's a good
overall.
one.
What the fuck
Yeah,
is that whole
fucking movie
Right.
is basically like this guy is fucking stoned
Yeah.
the whole time.
Right.
And nothing's really lining up. I watched it again and I got it a little bit more.
Same.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised by the second time. I was like, "Oh, I'm kind of following this
Yeah.
a little bit more than I did
I
the
was
first time for sure."
definitely following the thread of the narrative a lot more. The first time I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on at all.
Yeah.
And nothing's lining up, and he keeps being just more stoned, and or something like that's happening. And it seems like there's a lot of things that are hallucinations in that movie. I think, and I think like, like. Yeah, like I think the guy coming in, the cop coming in and eating the weed. Like
Well, that
I think
one made my list.
That's like that's an hallucination. Like even just like he's over at the woman's house and there's that woman like bends down with her ass in his face, and then like there's a lot of like
Yeah.
things that are like almost overtly sexual, which I kind of feel like is actually just his brain being hallucinating.
Right.
So that
there's the moment where he's talking to Michael K. Williams, and Michael K. Williams is like talking about how the neighborhood is like like went to shit out of nowhere. It was a good neighborhood,
Yeah.
and nobody really knows why it happened, and it happened overnight. And then he just writes down in his note hallucinations. It's like that's not really what he said.
Yeah, that movie actually grew on me for sure a little bit more.
I really like when I saw it. I rented it from the library, and on the back of the DVD it says "Just go along for the ride," and I was like, "Oh, great, cool!
Yeah.
I'll just do that." And I enjoyed it.
I love that you
rather
rent
than-
movies from the library.
Hell
so
yeah, dude.
That's.
Hell yeah!
I got to get back in that game. Actually.
What, the
back in
library
the
game?
Yeah,
or
the library DVD game, or just the
They're
DVD
all
game in
there.
general.
Yeah.
They got
Like, what am I
everything.
doing? So then the next one was the ending of the Phantom Thread, which is a spoiler alert, but like just
Yeah.
the whole that she's been poisoning him
Yeah,
was
Yeah.
when I initially saw it, I was just like, whoa, and I think it's so beautiful and like
And he's into it.
he's
into it.
That's
That's
the
the
weird
the best,
part.
the best is that he's into it, and that it's just like this really twisted romance that like it's what the fuck.
It's
Yeah.
what the fuck for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Made my list.
Then
I
I,
can't
had
believe that
the,
didn't make my list.
I had the Boogie Nights scene, the Alfred Molina one.
Yeah.
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 That scene. The ending of There Will Be Blood, and then Magnolia. That's so
Yeah.
we're all
Nice.
pretty lined up.
And all three of those are the last scene of the movie.
Yeah.
Well, Alfred Molina, there's another one after that, but it's basically like the
It's
almost
kinda
like the
the-
climax in a weird way.
It's the
The only
climax
one-
of them, like, on their
Yeah.
downward spiral.
The only one that I had that you guys didn't have was Leo falling off the roof in one battle after another.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah, that was amazing.
That was like,
Really
what
good
the
moment.
fuck?
So
So
good.
great. I don't know how they shot it.
Yeah,
it was
and
really good.
it just happened. They
It- yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he
It's
fell
great.
off that roof.
It was so funny. Then I had the mushrooms, Josh Brolin eating the weed, the frogs, and the bowling pins. So,
Nice.
yep. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll dive into his career a little bit more. All right, we're back. A couple PTA bullet points here. Grew up in Los Angeles, San Fernando Valley specifically. Always wanted to be a director. Never had a backup plan. Pretty badass. First official project was a mockumentary, The Dirk Diggler Story, which he eventually blew out into Boogie Nights. His first movie was Hard Eight, originally titled Sydney, but the studio got in there and busted him up a little bit.
Yeah, he was bummed.
Yeah,
Got
which
him.
is why you want to tell this story?
It was called Sydney.
Yeah, but that was a month.
Sorry, it was called Sydney.
Yeah,
called Sydney.
Really? I didn't know that.
but and that was like one of the things. I think they changed multiple.
I think they changed a bunch.
bunch
I mean,
of it, and
it's his first movie. I get
yeah,
it.
I actually pretty liked it. Didn't feel like something that had been changed a lot by a movie studio because
Hard Eight's great.
It's not like a very conventional movie, and it's
So good.
But that's the reason. Do you want to tell the Boogie Nights thing?
he made it a point that I don't know if I can say it.
Well, he in the very beginning of Boogie Nights, like the first shot, I think, is the the title card Boogie Nights, and it's like all a neon sign and everything, and he put that right out of the gate, or maybe it's on the marquee. I can't exactly remember, but he put that right out of the gate so that they couldn't change the title of the movie.
Yeah, because it's part of the big oneer.
Yeah, it's part of the big oneer in the beginning. So
Well, that's a great name though for a movie.
it is a great name.
Hard Eight's
also, Hard Eight's
a
probably better than Sydney.
name than Sydney.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense in the movie. It's like what the movie's about.
Yeah. So
Why did
good
they-
call.
yeah.
Maybe he
I-
thought it was just too on the nose because it's like literally the symbol of the movie.
Also, he was like 24. Just relax. Just the Hard Eight's a good title.
Well, yeah, with Sydney, I mean, I actually don't really feel like One Battle After Another is a great name.
I don't either.
Right.
But I'm
was
like, but now it's in my head, and now it's
It's
the
fine
movie's-
now, yeah.
Yeah, and it's
He was
fine
going to
now,
call it the Battle of Bacton Cross.
which I like more.
Maybe,
or
yeah.
maybe just Bacton Cross.
I like one battle after another.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's
not
crazy. It's one of the first lines of the movie. It might be the first line of the movie.
I when that happened, I initially thought of the GIF of
Yeah.
him
Oh,
in
him.
Once Upon a Time in Leo and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where he's like pointing at the TV. Oh, and he's pointing at the TV. That comes up a lot. I immediately thought of that. Top 3 grossing films in reverse order: Phantom Thread, 47.8 million; Magnolia, 48.5 million; and There Will Be Blood, 76.2 million. That actually kind of surprised me.
One Battle After Another has already beat Phantom Thread's overall gross.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think that one's. Well, I hope it is because it was apparently pretty expensive to make.
I think it's going to
I kind of think it's
It's
going
going
to
to do well.
I think it should, right? I mean, I think it's going to have a lot of buzz.
I don't really see how. I mean, I think it'll probably come back again. Once the Oscars, start getting talked about, because I think it's going to clean up. Maybe not clean up wins, but
I think it should. I think it will actually.
I think it will. Having not seen the movies, it's tough for me to believe that it won't.
Feels like one of those
well.
like domino Oscars effects things where it's like, well, I got to give it this award. Well, I got to give it this one if I give it that one. And
the only thing I could see maybe giving it trouble is that it's still pretty early in the Oscar season, but Anora did fine, and it came out right around the same time.
Well, I think that was part of the strength of Anora, was that they actually kept it in theaters for so long.
I think, and like one of you just alluded to this. I think that this will be in theaters for a while and have a long life.
Yeah, it definitely will, and I think that I think it's gonna win Best Picture, Best Director, Best Screenplay.
All right, so
I don't know about the acting awards though.
We'll see. Speaking of,
I think he's got a director on
Oscars.
I think
agree
so.
with that.
Yeah.
PTA himself has been nominated for 11 Oscars, a combination of writing, directing, and Best Picture. Hasn't won yet. I think this is the year. Including those 11, PTA movies have been nominated for 30 nominations by my count. 3 wins: Best Actor for Daniel Day-Lewis, and also Cinematography for There Will Be Blood, and Best Costume Design for Phantom Thread. So, to this point, before this year's Oscars, that's his Oscar story. And I think there's a good chance that changes. I think he's a true master of the art form, true auteur, showcases his prowess quite often in movies. So our next top 5 is top 5 camera work or shots or sequences or however you want to take it. Who would like to start?
I think you should start.
Me?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So, a couple of things that could have qualified for this I saved for other lists.
Yeah, I have some of that going on with, I don't remember which lists, but
and I don't know if these are necessarily the best, but these are ones that I still think about and are some of my favorites. So the car going over the rolling hills in one battle after another was pretty great.
Jeez.
You keep doing that. I didn't say anything about it. I just said there's a car going over rolling hills. It's a car chase scene in an action thriller movie.
Never seen anything like it in my life. It was one of the most incredible endings.
Yeah, and I'm not going to describe it too much.
Great.
Oh, so you just said it was the ending. I didn't even say that.
Easy.
Yeah, easy to. Whoa, hey, whoa.
Whoa.
All I said was over
that
the
was
my
bad.
It was a phenomenal ending to the movie. Number 4, I got. I love the shot. This is just a simple one, but when the harmonium, the little piano gets landed in Punch Drunk Love in the beginning.
Yeah.
I love the shot of it sitting there. I love the shot of him down the alleyway looking at it, the shot from the piano looking back at him. He can't decide whether he's going to go.
He does
great.
not know what to do.
And
the way he films it, like you're saying, evokes that.
Yeah, it's really great, and it's very simple, and that's probably not his best, but I really like it. I love the motorcycles in the desert in The Master.
Yeah.
Really good stuff. Juxtaposed against beautiful scenery. It's great. There's also a small scene in, again, you can choose 1,000 different scenes or camera work shots or whatever in There Will Be Blood, but I really like the scene where Eli is approaching Daniel Plainview about money. It's right before he starts slapping him, but he's walking up and the camera just is from the point of view of Eli, slowly going towards Daniel Day-Lewis, who's standing there in his posture that is so Daniel Plainview looking at him like he's going to murder him, which he doesn't yet, but it's just, and it's a really long, slow shot just approaching him. And I remember that was in the trailer too, and I was like, oh, this movie's going to be sick. And I still haven't forgotten about that. And then my favorite one, maybe not my favorite because I chose another scene from this movie for a later list, but the New Year's Eve long shot in Boogie Nights, for sure, weaving in and out of different people, finally focusing on little Bill, who then goes to the bedroom, sees his wife, sleeping with another person again for the millionth time, goes out to the car, gets the gun, locks the door, leaves the champagne on top of the car, goes back in, suicide, murder. Crazy. Yeah. It's just crazy. It's a crazy shot, and it's really effective. Also, that's the turning point in the movie where things are all happy into the dark.
It's also
80s.
The third long shot.
That's in my
and they're
scenes,
all incredible.
Top scenes, just as shots, right?
However you want
I
to
kind
take
of
it.
have some like overall
Camera.
things going on too. But the 5 would be the frog falling onto the gun.
Yeah, I
and
thought about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Following that, that's an
Oh, it
amazing
falls
shot.
onto the gun. It's not when it hits the windshield.
It hits there is that, but there's a shot where it comes through the window of the guy's house who's about to shoot himself.
Oh,
And
that's
then it
right.
falls and it
Oh,
hits
yeah.
it.
That's right.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Does it? Is there one with a car?
Yeah, there is.
There's also one with the car. I think that happens multiple times. But that
I think
one
that's
goes
John
through
C.
this like
Reilly
weird
in the car, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah. And I had the same one with the car chase in one battle after another, but also just overall the Vista vision of that, like the cameras that they used, was very different than most things. I guess so. The last time that was used was in One-Eyed Jacks. Have you ever seen that movie?
No, I haven't.
Directed by
With,
Marlon Brando.
Oh, it's directed by him.
Yeah.
Because he's the star in that movie too.
Yeah, he's the star in it, and he directed it, and it's amazing. I watched it last year, and it's so beautiful. So this movie, yeah. So this, I love how it looks. The One Battle After Another. It was gorgeous,
Well, so apparently
and the colors are just really like, they feel very vintage, and I think it
Apparently
works really well to make the movie feel like it could be from any time.
Apparently, your favorite movie, Brutalist, was also shot in VistaVision, but it wasn't projected in VistaVision, which One Battle After Another.
But
I could be wrong about that.
One Battle After Another is 35, and Brutalist is 70 millimeter.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's actually the next thing I was going to say. The 70 millimeter, I think, is even better. And 70 millimeter, the Master is shot in 70 millimeter.
Yeah.
And so all of the Master, I think, is
looks
like,
great.
it looks insane.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because, like, a lot of the shots are very intimate. So it's like, you're just using it to, like, it's just them. It's like,
Yeah,
Philip
like when
Seymour
they're doing
Hoffman
the
and-
what's it called? Like the processing or
yeah,
whatever.
when they're doing the processing, they're
They're
just in the
really
ship
up
and
on
they're
their
just
face.
super close in on both of their faces, but it looks so gorgeous. Like just that film. Cinema, I think 70 millimeter. I mean, that's like Lawrence of Arabia was shot in 70 millimeter, and there's just something about it that just like is so rich. It's so vibrant. And there's these things that happen with the Master with the shadows, and they did this in the Brutalist too, where they almost like the shadows get brought out a lot. And maybe it's the way that they're exposing the film or something, but I want to like learn how they're doing all of it because I think it's a really interesting way of like, there's a lot of shadow. If you notice in the Master, there's a lot of shadows there's a lot of times there's like a half shadow on the face.
Yeah.
Or like in the room, there's like
I don't think I noticed that
half
when I
shadows
watched it
and
the
stuff.
last time, but I mean, suffice to say, the movie looks great. It's a beautiful film. to
Yeah,
look
it's a
at.
beautiful film. And then number 2 is the oil rig fire
Yeah.
and There Will Be Blood. That whole sequence is shot. The tracking shots are what I always think of with There Will Be Blood, like tracking him when he's running with the kid.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah,
fire's burning in the back.
Or like with the car when it's like
Yeah.
coming in.
yeah, exactly.
yeah,
With
yeah.
the little jalopy.
Right.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Those tracking shots are amazing. They
Yeah.
built like a little train track, and yeah, it's amazing.
It's great.
See, that's the kind of stuff where you're like, it's practical. It feels like it's really effective, and it feels like something that we would like as a filmmaker. You'd be like, I really want to do that.
Yeah.
It sounds really fun.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And that's
which is like, why doesn't everybody want to do all of these cool things that you could do with a movie? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I guess, I don't know. Some people.
And like, yeah, like some people they're not gonna want to. Yeah, it's I like that Paul Thomas Anderson makes his filmmaking moves very like real and relatable in a way, and you can actually do it.
Yeah. It's like you're just moving along with someone.
Yeah.
I don't know. But like I said, he's also super creative with it. Like you wouldn't think that, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a one battle after another thing here.
Oh, here we go. Spoiler alert.
I love when the dude on the skateboard comes up and grabs onto the car and you're inside the car
Yeah.
with Benicio and they just give each other a piece
Oh,
of.
yeah.
And it's just like,
Yeah.
when that happened in the movie, I was like, this is my favorite movie.
Yeah.
I love this. I love
yeah.
that they just did that.
Yeah.
I love the
He could have pulled
skateboarding
up
guys.
and just stopped the car and said something to him and then driven the car away. It's like, nah, man, you're gonna be moving with him the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. Grab onto it and
Yeah.
like keep going. Yeah, it was amazing. That whole sequence was, that whole scene, I guess you could call it, I feel like One Battle After Another is one huge scene.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
I have
even
that,
though it spans...
The Backton Cross is just the most...
I have that coming up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite set piece. When they set it up. All right.
Yeah. And then...
We'll talk about it later because I got to come
So
up.
my number one opening shot, the opening shot of Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the one I was alluding to where I have it coming up in a later list, so I didn't include it on the shot. But you're
Well,
right.
good, because I have a third.
I think as far as like a camera shot goes...
You can't get much better than that.
You can't really get much better than that, and it's also so very much Goodfellas, you know, in a lot of ways. But that's what's great about it because it's just like it works. And
we
it's
also
fucking
talked
great.
about a scene from Babylon which really reminded me of that, where there was like a crane shot that like starts up in the audience, or no, I think it starts
down
in the seats of the movie theater, and then clearly someone gets onto a crane, and then it like jumps up and.
When it happens twice in the movie, it happens with the opening party scene because they're in a movie theater. And then they do it again when he's sitting in the movie theater.
Are you guys a Babylon movie fan?
He is.
You are? Yeah.
What did you think?
I couldn't finish it because it was just too much yelling.
Oh, you got to finish it, dude. It has an incredible ending.
Really?
Yeah. Has a really good ending.
Yeah, I've never really liked that director.
Whoa. Damien Chazelle.
No, I've not liked.
You don't like Whiplash?
I don't like Whiplash.
You guys love Whiplash.
I love Whiplash. I would say
Whiplash
that's
is
the
good.
one oh I like La La Land too, actually.
I don't like La La Land.
Man.
I didn't like La La
Oh,
Land.
man.
One
not
of
at
us.
all.
One of us.
Whiplash is okay, I guess.
Whiplash is tight, man. It's just like a...
It's
like
kind of
hour
over
and
the
a-
top, in my opinion. But I think it's way over the top as far as like the actual reality of what a
yeah.
drum instructor at the school would be like. It's not.
You know who
accurate.
has a similar take, or who I've heard this from, is Titan Binstead. You know him? He's like one of my good friends.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah.
he said this. He doesn't like Whiplash either, and it's because of the unrealistic nature of
Titan.
And you're both musicians. You know, that's the point I'm getting at to the listeners out there.
Yeah.
Is that might not
Because
be
it doesn't
whenever-
feel realistic, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, whenever someone makes a movie about something you know a lot about, there's a lot of like, well, this isn't real, you know. But you know, that just
But those actors I like, you know, like. I would think that I would have a problem with Miles Teller, but he's great. That's the guy, right?
yeah. J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons is amazing
Great.
in it. I mean, it's over the top, but it's great. But anyway, yeah.
One of my takes in a previous podcast was that there's no bigger fan of Damien Chazelle movies than Damien Chazelle. And I think
Yeah.
that's kind of getting to your point where he's a little over the top, a little bit on the nose. I still like his movies, but I just think
Babylon is awesome, dude. That's the craziest movie I've ever seen.
Really?
I'm not the biggest Babylon guy.
It's just like everybody's yelling. It's like all at a 10. The whole
Yeah,
movie.
no, I mean there's definitely those audience challenging scenes where it's just like you're about to have to sit through like a rough 10 minutes here. Brace yourself. But I just like love a lot of the first half, and I like love the opening well, not the opening scene, but the party scene, a couple of the party scenes.
Yeah.
It's just some really good sequences that I feel
Definitely,
like I
yeah.
haven't seen a lot.
Yeah.
And I really like the ending.
Cool. Well, maybe I should finish it.
All right, save it for the Babylon podcast.
We already did.
But I'm with Graham in that, like, when people are just yelling the whole time, it's kind of like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
Not that this is
Yeah,
here
I
or
get
there. That's a little bit why I don't love Casino, which is, totally not what we're talking about. But they're just screaming at each other the whole time, and it's like, oh my god,
I just watched that again. It's pretty good.
it is pretty good.
I haven't
but
seen
like
it in
this,
a long time. Like
the
since I was
scenes
like-
between
pretty good.
Robert De Niro and I'm forgetting her name,
Sharon Stone?
Sharon Stone, where they're
yeah.
just like screaming at each other the whole time.
She's so good though.
I guess. Anyway, save it for the Casino
Screaming
podcast.
at each other the whole time.
It's a
and
pretty.
Goodfellas,
He's got
too.
such a sad character in it. Anyway, yeah.
He'll be fine. Jack, give us your list.
So I had the frog or something of the frog on there, but I'll do this one instead. I got the oneer from Magnolia where the kid is entering the studio. I think that's when they're going in the second time that you're seeing them record, and it's like raining when he comes in, and you're going through like the whole studio, and you go down different hallways from people because you follow someone else, but then you link up with the original people you were with in the hallway, and so it's like really good choreography.
Yeah.
Kind of also Goodfellas-y.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway.
Which is one of the it may be the best movie ever.
Yeah. Whoa. Ooh.
Okay.
I like it.
It could be.
It could be.
Number
It's not
4,
Jaws.
I just wrote.
Jaws. True. Sorry. E.T. Actually.
Okay, because. Sorry, go ahead, Jack.
I had a hard time picking which one to put as which one. I'll do this one now. The scene of Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood, where he's sitting in the train station, and I think the train is pulling away or something, and it's really blue. It's actually the cover of the movie, I think.
One of them.
And he's just like looking super gnarly, and all the light is like moving around him, but he's not moving. And it's just kind of like slowly panning in. It's an amazing shot, incredible shot. Number 3, I just wrote down The Master.
Yeah, that's what
I thought about
did
saying
too,
this
yeah.
then, but it's just like the entire movie is just shot.
It's just a beautiful movie.
Well,
Yeah.
I love the scene of him on passed out, like the first shot of him on passed out on top of the crow's
ship,
nest.
yeah.
And the ocean is just so blue. It's just
Yeah.
like the bluest ocean you've
Yeah.
ever seen with the white rapids. And he's just passed out.
Yeah.
It's such a good like intro to her character. I also love the lighting of when he sneaks onto the boat and the sound of like, you can tell that there's like a party going on inside the boat, and it's like pretty dark. And I don't know. I love that shot.
Yeah.
I think I'm on my number 2. Number 2, I have the first party at Jack Horner's house, which is also a oneer with Spill That Wine going.
Yes, I almost put
Spill
it in
that
there.
wine.
I was
And
debating between that and
it's
the-
like quiet the whole time, and you're like focusing. And as soon as the volume turns up and the chorus drops,
She jumps into the pool.
into the water, and you're like following.
camera
her.
goes into
and
the pool.
The sound goes underwater, except for the music, and the music, like the sound of the movie, sounds muffled. I don't know, it's really good stuff.
Yeah.
And number 1, I have the oil burning sequence.
Oil
in
derrick, yeah.
Oil
Yeah.
derrick.
Yeah.
Fire.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
The guy knows what he's doing. All right, we obviously have to talk about writing. This is what he has most of his Oscar nominations for. His scripts are loaded with memorable characters, which I have coming up later in possibly a secret list. And the dialogue often feels very different from one another, unlike some of his contemporaries, I think. He often toes the line between comedy and tragedy extremely well. We talked about that in the Wes Anderson podcast. And he builds tension within individual scenes and throughout his films expertly, I think. I don't think we can come up with a list that sufficiently represents his...
This one was tough.
we were talking about, like, do we just do lines? Do we do conversations? So I'm going to say top 5 dialogue sequences, and you can take that however you want. I did predominantly lines, and I have a bunch. I didn't just do 5.
Yeah.
So
I know I said I was going to do dialogue back and forths as well, but I mainly did lines. I have another little, like, I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about it, but we can just talk about different.
Well, that was
back
very
and
vague.
forths.
I have no
I
idea what
did
you're talking
lines
about.
that have just basically been like stuck with me or been in conversations like where you can reference
Yeah.
like off the top.
That's
like,
kind of
for
how I
years.
did it,
Yeah.
too.
Right.
So who would like to start? And there's going to be a bunch, and I'm sure we're going to have a couple repeats, but there's so many that we probably won't have many, and we just talk about it. You can do 5, you can do 50. I don't care.
Graham, you start us off.
I could start, sure. I mean, There Will Be Blood, milkshake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drink your milkshake.
Yeah. I think specifically my favorite part of that is because honestly, all of the lines in that last scene are incredible.
Yeah.
But in the milkshake part is when he says, if I have a straw, here's the straw. This is the straw.
Yeah.
You know, I just love that you could tell it's him cooking, and that wasn't on the page. You know what I mean? Like a lot of that stuff.
Him being Daniel Day-Lewis.
I mean,
The milkshake was.
I
on
have
it,
a
or-
straw is probably on the page, but him being like up in his face, being like, "Look at the straw. Here's the straw,"
Right,
and
yeah.
I have the straw, and I go all the way. You know, all the way.
Yeah.
Brilliant,
Amazing
amazing,
and iconic.
iconic,
It's
100%.
undeniable.
That's
And that's
like-
probably number 1.
if you mention There Will Be Blood, the 8th word out of someone, by the time someone gets to 8 words, they're going to say milkshake.
These are all for me. This isn't really top 5. I couldn't really top 5.
I like
these.
that. I didn't really rank mine either.
Yeah, I didn't rank
We can
these.
just talk about them.
Magnolia, Tom Cruise, respect the cock and tame the cunt.
Not as iconic, but
yeah, I think
you know.
I made that whole scene, that whole character is
Yeah,
just
that
ridiculous.
performance is
You know what I actually
Gotta save that one for a certain crowd, you know?
Yeah.
You don't want to be just
Ooh, yeah.
dumping that in a dinner party.
What I learned about that character is that like he was originally supposed to be wearing khakis or something, and then like he was kind of like a different vision for what the character was like, and then Tom Cruise brought like Paul Thomas Anderson over to his house and like did this whole like performance with having the da 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 like in the background, and he was like, "This is what I think the character is."
Nice.
Tom Cruise.
Well, that's cool that you brought that up because something they were talking about in the
Yeah.
promotion for One Battle After Another is that while he's a very, he writes all his movies. He certainly knows what he wants as a director. He's very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Are you saying what he was in the movie or what he?
He's
No,
very open.
He was
He's very open.
He's very open.
Collaborative.
And
Collaborative, yeah.
Leo literally uses the word improvisational many times when
Yeah.
describing the production of.
So that's cool that
Yeah.
someone who kind of is known as a master of the art form and clearly writes and directs his own movies is allowing the actors to find the characters, find what the story is going for, and it seems like he prioritized character work rather than plot work, which I always appreciate.
He also
Yeah,
said specifically that he was like, it was a big production. We had 4 days to film every scene, no matter what it was. And so we'd film a scene on the first day, just how it was written down. Then we'd tinker it with a little bit the
for
second day.
one battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard also. So like, Benicio came to him and was like, "Oh, this is what I think the character is like."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has all these connections to all these like got
Yeah,
this Harry
yeah,
Entertainment situation,
Which is
going
a
on.
huge part of that
Like a
movie.
huge
like
part.
a huge plot point.
So
Yeah.
a lot
It
of
was
that
just a-
was like kind of off the cuff, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
And
Benicio,
And like my favorite part of that movie.
Yeah.
And even
I know.
PTA was like, this is like probably the best part of the movie,
Yeah.
and we didn't have it until Benicio del Toro showed up. So that's really
That's
cool.
so cool.
Yeah.
That's a director flex.
Yeah,
We'll come to
ooh,
later.
ooh,
So okay, we got the next one for me. This made me crack up the last time I saw it. So Phantom Thread, he goes, "Chic, fucking chic." He's
Yes.
like, "It should be hung in court, fucking chic." What is this fucking chic?
I loved how much he hated Chic.
Yeah, he
It's
hates
just like-
chic in that. It's so good.
That movie is really funny the second time you
Oh
watch
yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. It's way funnier. Like the asparagus scene is incredible.
I have it coming up, Graham.
Yeah, okay, so we won't go there. This one, because I reference this all the fucking time, like with band practice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the Boogie Nights scene when they're recording the song, and then Mark Wahlberg goes up to the engineer and he's like, "Is the bass taking away from my vocals?" He's like, "I think it is." And then John C. Reilly's like, "Yeah, you heard him.
Yeah.
You heard the man."
Yeah.
And I love also in that scene when you're with Wahlberg for a while he's recording. And it's just like a one shot of him doing this awful recording.
Yeah.
And when it finally flips back around, John C. Reilly's just
Yeah.
going fucking crazy in the studio.
The
just
ultimate,
loving it.
supporter of his
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah. And then I have the master, the scene where there's like the journalist comes in and starts grilling him, and he's like, "Well, if you already know the answer, if you already know the answer to your question, why do you ask? Pig fuck."
I had it as my number one.
I think that's your number one. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really rank them, but it was the first one.
That was
I
my
wrote
number one.
down,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, exactly.
I told that one to John. I was like, "Big fuck."
As soon as you started, I was like,
That whole scene is great. Also,
It's so good.
That
It's really
dude, you
good.
just want to punch him in the
Yeah.
face. He's
But
just
that
like
dialogue is amazing.
But he's like, right. I guess not. But like,
I don't want to punch Philip Seymour Hoffman in the face.
I don't know, man. I have a weird thing with The Master where I start watching that movie. I'm like, why am I like wanting to like go get jet fuel and drink it? And like, why am I so into this movie right now with these crazy people for the like first 45 and then it gets really dark. But like, I'm with him for a second.
Yeah. I heard. Was that off the cuff? The pig fuck? Was that
Ooh.
Philip Seymour Hoffman? Off
I wouldn't
the
be
cuff?
surprised.
I might want to research that.
yeah.
I think I just read something. I'm gonna
Careful
research
Googling
it. While
that,
you
yeah.
guys go on to the next, maybe I'll research it.
I have a bunch, and I don't have any repeats so far. So go ahead, Jack, if you want.
Inherent Vice. Don't worry, thinking comes later. He says that pretty early in the
Yeah.
movie. I love it.
Yeah.
I had pig fuck. You got struck. You got struck by lightning that one time in Tahoe. I don't know if braces are such a good idea. Which is like the background guy behind Alfred Molina in the scene where Alfred Molina is
In the Rahad scene?
In the what?
In the Rahad scene in Boogie Nights?
No. In Magnolia. Sorry. William H. Macy is with Alfred Molina, who's his boss, and he's talking about how he needs more work because he needs braces, or he needed money in advance on a thing. And Alfred Molina is like, "Your teeth are fine. You don't need braces. What are you talking about?" And then the guy in the background says, "You got struck by lightning that one time in Tahoe. I don't know if braces are such a good idea." And he says it really fast, and it's kind of quiet.
I missed that one.
From Phantom Thread, I have a couple. But right now, it's when she cooks him dinner. It's a very long, drawn-out scene, and homegirl's like, "Don't cook him dinner. This is a really bad idea."
I advise against it.
And it was. And he doesn't like, "Oh, yeah, that's the asparagus one."
Yeah.
And he says,
I have a line, and if you steal it, I'm going to be upset.
"I'm sorry, but I'm probably going to steal it." He says, "But right now I'm admiring my own gallantry for eating it the way you prepared it."
I know. I love that line. It's so good.
Not even focusing on that she's done
Admiring my
else.
own gallantry. That's so amazing. That's such a great line.
Such a great line, and not the one I chose. So that's
Okay,
good.
well, can I do my other one from Phantom Thread, or should I could save it for you?
No, go ahead. Damn it.
Are you a special agent sent here to ruin my evening and possibly my life?
That's the one.
Sorry.
Damn it.
Oh, it's so good.
So funny.
Well, in that sense, because I think I might steal one of your masters, so I won't do the master one.
Do whatever you want. No, go for it. I don't even know if I have anything from the master.
Well, from the master, I have when they get arrested and he has.
I did have one from the master.
And Joaquin Phoenix is freaking out. It's an amazing moment. He's like slamming on everything, and it's super loud
in the jail cell.
And it's like finally he calms down just like a little bit, and Philip Seymour Hoffman says, "Your fear of capture and imprisonment is an implant from 1,000,000 years ago."
Yeah.
First thing he said. And then
Stealing all my lines.
sorry.
It's okay. I had a bunch, so it's good that we actually
And then
moved it.
from my last one is from Boogie Nights. He says, "My fucking wife has an ass in her cock in the driveway, Kurt. All right? I'm sorry if my thoughts are on the photography of the film, Kurt, okay?" And it was a fuck up line because he says, "My fucking wife has an ass in her cock."
Right.
But they kept it.
They kept it. Yeah, it's amazing.
So good.
Do you want me to? I actually just researched that.
You got the pig fuck research?
Jesse Plemons, who's in that movie.
Yeah.
He plays the son in the movie. He says that I have so many good memories from that, but one that sticks out that I'll never forget is that there's a sequence in the movie where that sequence is happening. They've been shooting that scene for a long time. It was almost lunch. Paul usually does quite a few takes, and it seemed like Phil was reaching a point where he didn't know what he wanted. Paul had to just walk up to him, look at his hairline, and pluck a hair out. Like, what the fuck? Plucking out Hoffman's hair sounds unusual, but Anderson knew what needed to be done in order to coax the performance out of Hoffman. The hair plucking did the tick. As Plemons remembers, Hoffman nailing the next take with an improvised line that would impress everyone on set. And that was the pig fuck line.
There you go.
He plucked
Graham.
the hair out of it.
Good job,
What
Graham.
a psycho. Good job, Graham. Apparently, good job, PTA.
Yeah.
I know.
Plucked a hair out.
Plucked the hair out.
I don't know if that would make the
Sort of bold, but
intimacy coordinator happy.
Well, they
Yeah, I
know
wonder
each
how
other.
HR felt
That's the
about
best. The best thing about it is that he
they're
gets
homies
actors.
at that point.
They get actors. He gets actors that he totally trusts, and then he keeps them in so that they can do whatever they want.
that.
Yeah,
sort
he
of
kind of
thing.
has his
They don't
troop.
have to be fucking.
Not always, but
Yeah, I can see how difficult it can be because you can't make art if you're got somebody
Weird hangups like that.
hang ups over
Yeah.
here.
yeah. All right, here are my lines. Minus a couple that Jack stole.
Sorry.
From the master, I am a writer, a doctor, a nuclear physicist, and a theoretical philosopher, but above all, I am a man. A hopelessly inquisitive man just like you. I think it's a great line, but also he's so full of shit.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
From Punch Drunk Love, when they're in Hawaii at a restaurant, he goes, "It really looks like Hawaii here." That makes me laugh. And then also from Punch Drunk Love, he's later on after the scene where they go out and he destroys the bathroom. He goes, "At the restaurant, I beat up the bathroom. I'm sorry." In Inherent Vice, after the scene where he escapes and he has like a shootout with his captors. He shoots the guy, he falls out the doorway, and then he's like in this hallway looking for him, and he's looking down, he goes, "Did I hit you?" That's so funny to me. I had, "Are you some secret agent here to destroy my evening and possibly my life?"
That quote is
So-
going in my favorite movie quotes.
It's so funny. This is probably
He's such a baby.
it's just my own.
Yeah,
He
it's
is
crazy.
This is one of two that is not really a funny one to me, but Philip Baker Hall from Magnolia says, "We may be through with the past, but the past isn't through with us." And I was like, that's
Yeah,
kind of
that was
the
good.
central thesis.
Yeah,
of
that
movie,
is
maybe.
that stuck with me forever. That line.
Yeah, it's a really good one. In Boogie Nights, when in the first party scene, when the young woman overdoses on coke, and the guy's like, "I think she overdoses on coke," and the colonel goes, "Oh, you think so, doctor?"
So
That's
good.
something I say all the time. And then from There Will Be Blood, "I have a competition in me. I want no one else to succeed. I hate most people."
hate
That's
most
just
people.
like, oh
So
my
good.
God, this guy. Woo! That is Daniel Plainville. And it's an intense line.
Most people.
I hate most people.
Really fast, couple back and forths. If I can get back to my page quickly.
Well, I have something while you're
Relax.
looking. I didn't know when to do this, but this probably fits in the writing mostly. I have top 5 character names from a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, and really it's like 30. So get ready. I have Dr. Rudy Blatnoyd, who is Martin Short's character from Inherent Vice. I have Colonel Stephen Lockjaw from One Battle After Another. Great one. Larry Doc Sportello, also from Inherent Vice. Reynolds Woodcock from Phantom Thread. That's a good one. Lancaster Dodd from the Master. Great name.
Sick.
Perfidia Beverly Hills from One Battle After Another. And Boogie Nights cannot be topped. My favorites: Dirk Diggler, Reed Rothschild, Floyd Gondoli, and my all-time favorite, Buck Swope.
Swope. It's crazy.
He's got great names. So anyway, just a little palate cleanser before Jack has another list.
Yeah, we've covered everything we really need to talk about, but back and forths are always really good. I love the Marcy and the what's his name, John C. Reilly, the cop in Magnolia, where he comes in and is like, "Is there anyone else in here?" She goes, "I'm in here," and then they just do this whole logic back and forth where she's like answering his questions with like confusing things. There's the first time Dirk and Reed meet by the pool. They have a hella funny back and forth. The processing meeting, we've already discussed, that's one of my favorite scenes. Frank Mackey interview is super good as well. And then honestly, I think the funniest might be, I don't know, this one really hit for me this time. An Inherent Vice with Bigfoot, with Josh Brolin. And, Joaquin Phoenix's character, when he's like, "She's gone." And he's talking about his ex. And he's like, "She's gone?" And he like says a couple other vague things. And then he's just like, "Yeah, we haven't found her." And he's like, "Oh, is she... I thought you meant, it's basically like he thinks that she's dead." And he's like saying all these vague things. And it's like, not what is actually going on. He's
Yeah,
kind of
that's
just fucking
really
with her because he's stoned. Moving on.
Well, I don't know how I didn't see this coming, but this episode is obviously getting way too long for one episode. As per usual, once Jack and I get started on a topic with a friend, in this case Graham Patzner, we go way longer than we intend to talk, and we were having a lot of fun, didn't want to cut anything. So instead, again, when doing a director episode, we're dividing it up into 2 parts. So thanks for listening, and look forward to part 2 of the Paul Thomas Anderson podcast. And amongst other things, we're going to be talking about director flexes, scenes from his movies, and of course, we're going to rank his filmography. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.